me a biting fire, boy.
I am a politician, but after the 1st of November, when we won the election, I said to myself, I'm not going to talk any politics here. I'll make joke around the council with Parliament Ratira. And I made a promise here that I'm going to take that office when the Newsday and the Express and the Guardian and TV6 and all the media right in front of the bandstand, that my first wish is to take the office downstairs to accommodate the members of the public who cannot make it up that step. Since November, I have seen 275 people. And out of that 275, at least 28 people were over 70. Coming on a wheelchair, coming with a walking stick. I mean, it's not right. I mean, what this here? I put this here for a purpose. $2.6 million supposed to be spent here. 2.6 without approval. I want to see who paying this money. And a simple thing like that downstairs for the public is since November, Mr. City Engineer. I have to intervene myself and I say I want this done, and if I don't take a hands-on approach, if I say break down a dilapidated building, it will never break down. If I don't say move a derelict vehicle, it's not happening. So I must say everything here. Consultation, I must hear about everything. I mean, it's not right. It's not right. And the members of this council here is the strongest council in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. I could say that. Trinidad, I should say. According to all Councillor Janky, this is the only council with, I have to be very careful, this is the only corporation with corporation. And Councillor Janky? This is the only corporation with corporation. So this is Mr. City Engineer, I mean, people, you have been telling people how I pressuring you. Was that I pressuring you, you know? Huh?
That is not true.
But just I want the job done. And I insist I will have to get the job done here. So, as I was telling you about politicians, so I will look like a politician now making promises that I can't keep. It's not right. We put politicians famous for that. They make promises that they can't keep. Yes. You tell me going into 8 July, the end of June, 7 months, and we can't get our office going. If I didn't provide a car park for members of the public when they do it, that would have been, they would have been parking on the road and getting wrecked. And that's the next point, parking spaces. So members of the public, when they come here, they have the spaces to park. So Mr. Engineer, kindly have the mayor's office ready, please. By when? That will take you long, you know. I am a builder, I take 3 months to build a house. But we have the money spent in this corporation in the last 3 years like it was going out of style. Money spent in this corporation in the last 3 years like it's going out of style. And we can't get nothing done now. Office by when? By November. And that office is not my home, that's for the next mayor coming.
No.
Huh? Yeah, that's for the next mayor, whoever, that's not for me. That belongs to the public. Okay, any other matters moving on?
With regards to 3.5 parking and vehicle wrecking, to ask ASP Library about the services of another wrecker that has indeed been employed, sir.
The services of Mr. Rishi, We tell you, records are supposed to come in to Mr. The corporate secretary concerning another record. He says he's bringing out another record. So far the record has not arrived up yet.
Who's that?
Which record service?
Yeah, but I have plenty records in San Fernando. We don't have it on one man. You know, that's the problem here. So if the man don't have, you know, so if he don't have a record, we gotta wait till next year.
Your Worship? Your Worship, I am not pleased with that response. If I am to understand, the Wishes Wrecking Service is the current wrecking service we have. What we are asking for is another service. Another provider. Yeah, well, this is what we asked for. So I don't understand why we have to ask Wishy for another provider. Okay.
His Worship, I'll put out quotation for other providers for the record service.
All right. And I want you to be I want your men to be very lenient with the public when wrecking. Right? I don't want somebody in a car or somebody and just wreck the cars and so on. I don't want that. And the record tend to only work in one area in San Fernando. The record needs to be all over. Remember I told you all, I know everything going on in San Fernando. That record never work on Coffee Street. You know that? Yes, Mr. ASP? The record never work on Coffee Street. You can't doubt me. I know everything that's going on in San Fernando.
Your Worship, the same matter, could we get a deadline from the ASP concerning the service provided, to be provided?
His Worship, I will put out for another provider, and in the next meeting, I will bring the quotation for the provider to the that next week.
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I rise on 3.6, removal of derelict vehicles in the city. Right across the road from us, by the San Fernando police station, is littered with derelict vehicles, not only right across the road from us. Is there any way where we can remove these vehicles? Because this has been coming up since our first meeting.
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I think it's clear that it's right in front of the police station. It's not really in a public place because that's the police area, and most of these matters are probably in terms of legal situations. You know, they have the same problem over in Monripo police station down there too. So even in Marabella police station, we have a problem. So we are dealing with the ones on the public streets. What we could do, we could investigate to find out if any of those are completed and then continue forward. Any of the matters are completed.
Council members of administration, I rise this morning to technically refute a statement that was just been made by our member from the public health department because of the fact that I myself spoke with the members of the Monripo police concerning the derelict vehicles across the road from the buildings.
Right.
And the police there is telling me that they want to get rid of the vehicles. They are telling me that these vehicles have been in accidents over a certain amount of years. A certain amount of time has passed, the vehicles and them has been abandoned and be declared as written off. So it's just to be removed. And I informed them that I will speak with the public health department to get some public health notices put on these same vehicles, and we would move them and dispose of them.
Yes.
And coming here this morning over here that across the road there is not public space. That is a government road, and therefore it is public space. These things are parked inside the road. We talk about the vehicles that park on the side of the road. That is derelict. that has been there for quite some time. Mr. Mayor, it's about time we start to really move on this the way we could, because of course, after we serve our notices, we all know that we have a higher within the corporation. We can do everything in-house and get this done within a very amicable time to make sure the citizens are well taken care of, Mr. Mayor. And then, after you hear about all these things now, and then you hear people dying of dengue and things, the health issues in the city is concerned. And then, the simple things that we know that we can do and we can get done, we are finding various ways to deter. Mr. Mayor, thank you for allowing me to speak.
Council,
I hope that at some point in time we can get all this rectified as soon as possible.
thank you, Council Shaka. This council took a decision collectively because we listen to what the people want. We operate on consultation. We just don't move haphazard and move very drastic out there. And removal of derelict vehicles was one of the main concerns about this from the citizens of San Fernando. And I know you now come and you acting on the job, right? How many derelict vehicles were moved so far since we came into office?
Well, the removal of derelict vehicles, Mr. Mayor, members of council, the removal of derelict vehicles is an ongoing exercise.
Mr.
28 vehicles.
Mr. Jamil, I know that is the norm here.
Right.
It's an ongoing, everything is ongoing here, but nothing going.
On the 12th of June,
Nothing going.
on the 12th of June, the police accompanied officers and we moved 3 vehicles and two that were in Councillor Smith district. The owner asked for time. Now we have to stick to the definition of the derelict vehicles because you have until the contrary, until it is proved that it's not a derelict vehicle. The owner said that the vehicles were driving. So we passed it on to the city police and he has given him some time. That's in terms of Helen Street. But 28 vehicles were moved by the owners themselves. When we stick the notices, these vehicles are mysteriously removed, you know. It's not to say that it's not been removed, but there is a procedure we need to follow. Now in case of the police station, the lead councillor said that that matter was never brought as far as to me, that the police wanted assistance, but it's in the police compound, and if the matter is resolved, the police can move it. We don't need to serve the police a notice to move something from the compound.
No, well, I think we have to do that.
Yeah. Okay, if they wanted from that sense of point of view, right, we will do it, but we because if the matter is resolved in terms of court, they can move the vehicle. It's in their responsibility.
Just what I'm seeing. I have a list here, right, of how many derelict vehicles in San Fernando. I drove around Thursday morning, Labor Day, through most of San Fernando, and I could tell you where every derelict vehicle is in San Fernando. You all feel like take this job I just come here to sit down to talk. But I know where I could send you where every derelict vehicle is in San Fernando, just so I could. Something needs to be done here. You all need to, you have to get some, you know small to get city and souls. Some JK, some people in the administration need to get that. I have good working members in the administration. If you drive down Fondle Street now, there are 3 derelict vehicles at the bottom of Fondle Street. Nobody's still. You know, I said thank God for the media. The media has highlighted a lot of things, you know. You all saw the Express yesterday. You all saw it? And this is a shame. San Fernando should be ashamed. I am so ashamed in front of these young students here. Right? There's a house covered with grass like it's in the jungle. No. And I wonder, look at it. I'll show you, let me see. I'll show you. You would think you're in the forest, but under this here is our house. Under this jungle is our house. And these, the Newsday and the Guardian and the Express, they have our opinion, they have a photo opinion where they show the hills in San Fernando. And I listen and I read to all these are clippings I have out. Right? All these are from the newspaper. The 100 steps, the derelict vehicles in the corporation, signs falling down. I cut out everything. A dilapidated building on Circular Road. A vendor selling green produce on High Street on a trolley. I mean, I can't be doing the ASP work, or the engineer work, or the public health work, or these all members of council. I mean, oh, you want to get serious now? Mr. Engineer, I know you're going to respond. I want to ask you, I mean, on this, I don't want to forget. Came into office, this new council, we made another plea for taking down all the dilapidated buildings in San Fernando. There's a process, put it out in the newspaper. People responded. A woman from quite in New York called me. She said she wanted building taken down, she'll pay for it, not, and so on. How many buildings you took down through your office since November? How many on your own? I am sure none. None. Mr. City Engineer, you say 12 to go before the courts. I have that paper in front of me. I have papers and I don't throw away nothing, you know. But you know how much dilapidated structures have in San Fernando? 199. Not 198, 199.
And have a list here, 11 report on.
These buildings, I mean, we spoke about it before, it's causing homeless people, drug abuse, prostitution, everything you could think about ill. A menace to the neighbors. And I tired here, Mr. Statutory. I'm not going to throw my hands up in the air. Yeah, this fall on that building. Yeah, yes.
I would like to find out at this point in time. Out of the 199, why can't carry all the reports at 1.5 at a time? At 1 hour. Let's carry all the reports. Go up a proposal, carry all the reports and have all the immediately. When the court moves, or we could demolish on all 199.
No magistrate, councillor, no magistrate has seen this and leave it. Nobody has seen this.
I see this here. I see this here for 11 structures. Out of the 11 structures, technically 2 is in Northern Home, but I own ice factory. There's no residence, so but the whole ice factory, which are people who already don't start to take on already, don't start to demolish that. So the residents don't start to go all iron and all everything that building almost that whole liberation for its own.
What is your suggestion, Chairman of the building?
Your motion, I would like that we can prioritize, if you can put all 199 dollars, we can prioritize this of the top 50 and move on that your motion. Because I got told that there was a little tree in my area on Bernard Street. Bernard Street. Tree on Bernard Street, and I'm not seeing any of them there. So I want to know, what do you do with that tree? And that tree is one of more important something that we process with.
And members,
But I guess the most of you want that nobody ever really come back in for those who can take on citizens that citizens that have not have guidance in law and the rules of the city to make sure the benefits of the entire city is there to your wish that we have to go. Let us
Mr. Chairman, Chairman of the Buildings Committee, I take a suggestion, Mr. City Engineer. How much time you need to take down this? to take down. Because watch me, huh? You know, I'm not reading this here. Because I went to visit it yesterday. This is opposite the Vista Bella Presbyterian Primary School. Opposite a school, you know. So what those children will think about us here? Because those children are very smart now. And I was on a plane there and I see I have somebody 3 years operating a computer. I can't even do that. And here is the last part. You guys just blame me for everything here. Mr. Mayor, this one is for you. Right? But this one is really for me. So I am, Mr. Madam CEO, I am asking you this morning to ensure these because I know you don't know nonsense for one person just like me. I am asking you for all these dilapidated. There's the next one here, you know. These papers is really, the newspaper is the best thing that ever come across. Some are sign here advertising guitar lessons in a dilapidated house. Nobody living here. I went there, homeless people living there. I don't talk by chance, you know. Huh? I don't talk by chance. Everything I say, I want an answer in 7 days, next Tuesday, on all these 199 dilapidated. So you're going to go upset yourself. Go upset yourself next Tuesday. Right? You run like a So you might be when I was 14. I know you should have freezing all this stuff. Yeah, but you want to do this young lady, was that school?
No. It was working before, just necessary.
Your worship, so therefore if you're going to embark on, if the council should entertain the city engineer's recommendation of 20 every week we can have a special meeting where we will bring a building approved, sending it to court, and therefore we could ensure that the wheels are turning constantly.
Maybe a little different because I do represent the second oldest housing development in Trinidad and Tobago, and we have to deal with a government corporation. That building number 17 that I've been lobbying for the last 3.5 years to demolish. Just last month, the resident right next to it, her son was held at, and she is one of the noteworthy people in San Fernando. Her son was held at gunpoint in the yard, and the residents there on Balize Avenue, about, let's say 95% of them are elderly, are living in fear because of illicit activities, and I'm not alleging here, right? Illicit activities happening in that building 17. That's just one, Your Worship. Out of your 199 on your list, I want to know how many of those are HDC houses, because in Pleasantville, I can name quite a number. Now, it was my intent, and I'm glad that we brought it up early now to speak about something. Now, in the Orchid Gardens area, you have Cotilly Drive, and you have a series circular. A series circular where it is that we took the undertaking to clean a catchment pond, right? But the HDC stepped in common sense prevailed, they stepped in, right? And this pond, Your Worship, exists only because of 2 abandoned houses, 2, that have illicit activities going on. The residents of this area a number of times have written petitions. I have stood up for them, I have been in the newspapers to them. But you know something, Your Worship? In the middle of our city, the city that you sit as the #1 citizen, there is a lagoon in the middle of Pleasantville. We had all intention of going to Pleasantville to have some consultation, and I protested against it until I saw something done to that catchment pond that is now a lagoon. The HDC rushed to clean it. They left the mouth of the lagoon overgrown, and what I'm concerned about is this, Your Worship, and I expressed my view to the public health. School is on break. There's nothing protecting the children in the area, inquisitive children, from going down in this lagoon. What really going on in the city? We talking about dilapidated? Come to Pleasantville. There's quite a number of dilapidated ruinous structures in Pleasantville that I don't know what is happening. And then people want to talk about crime.
Extra
Your Worship, we've been getting that, you know. We've been getting that, and that really started here. That started here. Through my representation, we've been getting that, but no, what I want is something done about the dilapidated, ruinous structures and this lagoon in the middle of my community. It's ridiculous.
They will sit ongoing. I'm sure they will sit ongoing. I have information here on my own that I show Mr. Engineer that your supervisors don't have. And they get in trouble. And I urge all members of council representatives, all elected representatives, to find out where your derelict vehicles are, all your dilapidated houses, all the overgrown lots. We might come here and preach every week, but this is a serious thing. This is important. You know. Somebody told me somebody died out of dengue. Somebody died from dengue over the weekend. I heard about it. So, Mr. ASP, the illegal vending in the city of San Fernando, you set up a task force here? 4, page 4. I think I just showed you the picture of the man pushing the trolley.
Yeah.
It was highlighted by the Newsday.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The session that some market will be in charge of the side. We already have something set up on that. However, with respect to the private security on the road, the act doesn't provide for private security on the road. They put the private security in the institution, but the act yet doesn't provide for the private security to work with the police on the street.
Okay, well if it doesn't provide for it, we can't have them.
Yeah.
So well, you know what you have to do? You have to put your men together.
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir. I'm Inspector Martin. Today,
From when?
you already start.
If I leave this office now and I walk from the bottom of High Street to the end of Mokrapo Street, I will show you all the illegal vendors. All who selling body and cucumber, all who occupying the pavements, all who occupying the front. Oh, Mr. Yes, I alone know everything going on here. This coming like we on Sesame Street here, you know. We are put here by the members of the public. I didn't ask to come here, you know. This was a calling I got to come here. And you know, every week you say this week and next week, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year, we ain't achieved nothing. But you know, so much was achieved in the last 3 years when coming to spending money. Don't forget, you know, Madam CEO, I asked for a list of how much money was spent in the last year, 3 years. How many money we owing from the last council, among other things. Because we owing a lot of money. And we have to pay that. This present council have to pay that. Mr. SB, I know you say it ongoing, eh? But you want to take a walk with me down High Street now? You want to take a walk with me on the promenade? If I take a walk with you, I love to meet the people, you know, because I'm a people's person, right? When I go down the street, come like if, you know, I mean, people like to talk to me, people like to tell me their problems, because everybody feels like I can fix it.
You do a good job after they say, I need the officer, your mayor,
I try and I want the help, I want your help.
Mr. Mayor, you are my full support. I say in meetings what you are my full support, and you come to my full support.
All right.
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I rise on 3.8. 2 weeks ago, we met with the vendors at the market.
All right.
And they had some very simple issues: security, opening up the market, your water tanks, and since that, and their toilets. Since that, my phone has been ringing 5:30 every morning. They want to know when we fixing it, when we started, what's going on. 5:30 every morning. Nobody calling the city engineer 5:30. Nobody calling the security. But they calling us.
Yeah.
And I would like an update on that, please.
Your Worship, may I attest to the Marabella market as a resident who attends there? I've been getting the same set of calls, and people have been coming to my office to find out about updates. They have seen His Worship come, they appreciated our visit and the visit of the administration. What they require now is action.
Yeah. I am not a PR person, you know. I ain't going there to meet and laugh and talk with people. I come to get the job done down there. And they requested, Mr. Engineer, well, give me an update, please.
Members of council, members of cabinet. Mr. Bain, it relates to the Mokrapo Street Market. The scope of work and everything is ready, the drawing is ready, and we send it out for tender by the end of the week. To have it repaired.
So what time frame?
Probably in 2-3 weeks we should have that repaired.
I ain't taking that too.
That
That is something right.
3 weeks reasonable. Because time you tender and you evaluate and your work contract.
Because they need a police post, they need security down there, they need the
I
toilets.
think with the police post and the toilets.
The toilet is the worst, you know. As you're on washrooms, what's the position with the one now?
And I tell you by the end of the month, given you a worship.
Last month you talking about?
No, this month.
And what's the position with the public convenience on the
But we
property?
have the drawings ready. I just want to review it. Tuesday, it will come into council for a review on it. If we get your approval, we will be able to start to prepare documents and have it going out for tender.
Members, institutions, you heard the city engineer.
Yeah, we have the drawings ready. Just to circulate it now, get reviews and proceed. Yeah.
There was the Chief Public Health about the same markets and the sanitization process. and when it is to be done. I know that was one of the urgent matters brought up as well. This is regards to Marabella Market, sir.
I'm not aware that we had any. We have a crew there that does a very good job at the Marabella Market. I didn't know about any special work supposed to be done there. I'm not aware of that.
Just to clarify, let me be specific with regards to the roach problem and the rats problem specifically.
That will be arranged with the market administrator, because it's a very something has to be well planned with the vendors and so on. So we are working on that. Cannot give you a date right now, but we are working on, especially central market. That has to be arranged. The vendors have to come out and so on. The cleanup, do a thorough cleanup of the market.
Mr. Jamil, Councillor, those two markets, it's hard to say they're infested with rats and cockroaches, infested, people buying food there. And we have a public health department. When indicted here, Mr. Jamil, when will we be able to get this market? When last our market clean? When last?
What? I am not aware when it was last clean, but I visited with the mayor, and we will be doing that. We will be putting that in place. Okay, the food safety unit, they are preparing a report, and then we'll follow up with that. Okay, on what is to be done.
You know, I sit here and I was expecting opposition from Councillor Janki and all the man. I get opposition from some people, some members of the administration, and that shouldn't be so. We as a team. I am being very nice to you all. So I keep telling you all, I have information here that it doesn't look too good on your behalf. And sooner or later I'll have to expose it. Because if you all going on here to expose me, and you have no evidence of exposing me, I want to let you all know I have evidence to expose you all. But I keep saying it, and I say it every week. I come here, I ain't come here to look for a wife. I don't want to contract here. I don't want to be associated with nothing illegal in this corporation. Nothing. And don't let no members of no citizens of San Fernando intimidate you all into taking any money to get favors done. You say people call you up last night?
Yes.
A man called me last week Tuesday, 4 o'clock in the morning, to tell me I'm planning in 3 years now. Almost 3 years. And he ain't getting it fast because of what, you know what reason? You all guess. He's not getting the plan passed for a certain reason. So I'll make a call to make sure that the plan come up last week Tuesday to pass.
Your Worship, I stand on the matter. 3.9, noise concern in the Lezico East. That's for East Supero. And on the heels of course, you saying you're getting opposition from members of administration, I would like to thank ASD Lively because he has demonstrated exactly what he just stood on his legs and indicated to this council and members of this council. We do in fact have his full support, and I can tell you that I can personally vouch for the fact that he has upped and maintained a large police presence in Lezico East Supero. And especially considering that we are living in these treacherous times, Officer Lively, and we are witnessing violence. This country just cannot wrap its mind and heart around in these recent days. I thank you for your presence and would like to encourage you to continue doing the same.
Council made a decision to fence the area as a temporary location for the location of these vehicles. Since the relocation of the dog compound to the side here, the CEO decided that you would extend the area and close it with proper security so that you would prevent the vandalism from taking place. Last week we had a document to the estimate all of that, but I don't know which simply when you approve all your other expenditure.
So the cleanup carry should have last?
Well, he was hoping that, I don't know if it's simply for you to give the approval last week when you approved for the other things. So we're going to enclose the area adjacent to the compound as an extension of the door.
Broadway?
Broadway?
Yeah.
So that they go out see these derelict vehicles here. Yeah, they're going to relocate the door so they extend a bigger area. So they could put the derelict vehicles there. I don't know which system last week for the request for the approval of the funding. So it's free. After that, we will already make it there. It's being a safe position. And then when we build it up, the area will be safe also. With the shops since they have been last weekend, they have requisition and things in place to order so that we can relocate the workers to the new building and demolish as they say the way.
So remember it's 10 years now. Over 10 years? Over 10 years. Yeah, sure.
Your worship, members of the council, I granted that we are on the complex at this point in time.
Yes.
And this morning I partially had, and I spoke to a union up there.
Yeah.
And they told me that they would participate on rebuilding, they put up the tanks and stuff like that, but it's swap. Materials for swap. They sent in their requisition bid, and while now they have to visit the new building and all that, because they've done that, they have to do the ready for occupancy. So Mr. Mayor, decided to we have that requisitions expedited so that it's going to be started to the swap problems to be rectified so that
I think it's here for it.
regulation is already there, I guess.
All right.
So just, yeah.
All right.
They need to orders for the
So the carry should complex. Yes, sir.
I stand now to speak about 3.14.1, the numerous projects that's happening around San Fernando. And I can't speak much more on what the entire council has expressed, their displeasure with regard to the time in which these projects are started. But Your Worship, I stand here today as a member of this council who served on the last council. And I give credence to an article that I read. I believe it's a very interesting article. It was an investigative article where I believe Mr. Charan from the Express, he dwelled amongst the homeless in our city. And in 2008, and there's a line in here that I feel the time is now. We have been really, members of the public don't even know what we are strapped with as members of this incarnation of this San Fernando City Council. So I am standing here now to speak not only on behalf of His Worship the Mayor, but to set the record straight. So the article, I just want to read from one line. It says, Mayor Dali started a project where the homeless were identified, assessed, and an attempt made to unite them with lost families or to become clients of Port Shamrock Halfway House, with funding expected to come from the business, from the area businesses. It goes on that police patrol, but it did, they like you, It one line on you. They said that the first thing that you did was you went and you did indeed speak to the homeless when we came into office, and your plan is yet to roll out. Now I go back. You have different projects here, and I am only going to speak about the footpath on the library corner, Harris Promenade, public convenience. Two things here on 3.14.1. Members of the public don't know. Members of the public do not know that though the issue in dealing with the homeless was well intended in the last incarnation, it was not feasible. Now there were only 2 members who now still serve on this majority council, and our voice was in the minority. It was not feasible. And the city being the largest charity, the mayor's fund being the largest charity, what did happen was monies from the mayor's fund was spent on funding this project with trying to alleviate the city of the homeless issue. Now it sounds good, but in theory, we have state agencies to deal with things like that. And no matter how much the 2 minority voices spoke with regard to that, what did it do? It left us in a deficit. The mayor's fund, when we came into council, we found it depleted. Why? Because a major amount of expenditure for projects like this geared towards public relations, and I make no apologies, because we in the majority now, and I can talk freely, public relations was done. Great idea, you had the homeless people painting Harris Promenade. We gave them money out of the mayor's fund, great idea. But why can't we continue something like that? Corporate San Fernando never supported us with regard to that. I make no apologies about it. Great idea. They never supported us, right? And whereby you see projects like the public convenience on Harris Promenade and the footpath, different things that this council wants to do for the taxpayers, on top of alleviating the homeless issue in San Fernando. We are cash strapped. We do not have the money. We don't have it because what was done was ill thought out by the last mayor, because a lot of it was done as well when we were in transition. They left us with a bill of over $30,000 a Court Shamrock. We took our time in trying to pay the bill. The bill is paid now. But you see, when you come up with beautiful articles like this, talking about the homeless problem, the homeless are back on the street. They're down in the area by the train down there. There's a shanty town, right? We have the Rotary Club has indicated that they're going to assist us, and we thank them because we have been asking for assistance for the longest time on Court Shamrock. So when you talk about what this council is doing or what this mayor is doing, right? You see, everything is in stages, but nothing indicates that we are doing public relations. We are serving the people, as the Prime Minister says, serve the people. We're serving the people. That's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. And I had to take this time, Your Worship, because I'm tired. We come here week after week. My hair was black. I'm going gray. Week after week talking about how much debt that last council left us in. And we cannot deliver on certain things. The members of the public know that, and the press carry it because it's the truth. I sat here for 3 years where Shaka and I was told every time PNM shut up, San Fernando, shut up, sit down, you're over here. And it's the truth. So I know that this council and this mayor will succeed, because through God anything is possible. And we have two members who sit opposite us who get a lot more respect than we did. And let them deny it. They can't deny that. They get a lot more respect than I did. So, Your Worship, I just had to highlight it. Because we read these things in the newspapers and you don't get a chance to talk about it. Right? You talk about, I write it down, money spent like it going out of style. It's true. We found the money like it was going out of style in the last council. Truth is, we have no money. No money to run the second city in San Fernando. That's a headline.
Trinidad.
In Trinidad, excuse me, that is a headline. None. Because of the public relations that was done for that last local government election. Your Worship, I'll say no more. Thank you.
When I took office on the 1st of November, I think it was on that Thursday, Sunday morning, the Sunday after the Thursday, the first place I went to visit was the homeless people in San Fernando. I walked at the court there, I walked at the train, and then again, you always feel like joking. I know where all the homeless people stay. They stay by the cemetery, they stay on Mokorapo Street, they stay on Irvine Park, they stay on Court Street, they stay Harris Street. I know where they stay. You all know how many homeless people there are in San Fernando? Too much. You all have an idea? Well, let me tell you. In 2008, there were 117 homeless people in San Fernando. That was a survey done by Silval. To this present date, there's 210 homeless people in San Fernando. 210. So you all see what we face. Before that, before the article came out in the newspaper, I have the newspaper here. Before the article came out, myself, I wrote to the Minister of People then, which was Dr. Glenn Ramadan Singh. I never got a reply. I called in members of the public to advise me how to go about handling these homeless people. And under Olaman Vidya Mangal Visesa, we are going to set up a team together with the chief public health officer, and we want to have a public consultation. We want to listen to the people, because these people out on the street, they have families. I was talking to a man, his father was a prominent magistrate. I was talking to a woman who was drinking beer rum. Her brothers and sisters is prominent people in San Fernando. So these people come from a home, but for different reasons they end up on the street. And we just can't just disregard them. Because I had an all intention of surprising you all this morning by walking across to the train. Because together with the public health inspector, we have been working on our plan, but just the express editor did it before me. We have the plan in place, and Olaman Visesa is going to be the minister next week, the permanent secretary, to deal with these homeless people. I have letters, I have it here with me, from prominent attorneys, where these people, some of them are violent. They're running people out of the car, they're running the people who come to work on Court Street. They're defecating all over. They're sleeping in the drains. So this is something. If it's one project I want to achieve here, one legacy we should achieve as a council, is to deal with the homeless people in San Fernando. From 117 to 2 something is a big difference. So, I mean, we have a plan here. I come so armed this morning, I don't know where it's going. Money is provided by the at least 17, or you can hear, Cabinet approved 17 million on May 5th, 2013 to deal with this critical situation. To date, no tangible results have been forthcoming to date. I saw the last mayor in Port Spain try to deal with it, but I don't want to move that drastically. Because I've been getting a lot of injunction letters. Everything I do here, I get injunction letters. I try to move these signs, and that sign issue, these illegal signs on the road, an injunction was filed on the corporation. And that's a big one because we have to deal with that. And we just can't go down there and remove these homeless people from off the street. Just can't do it. I said last month before, the Central Police got at least 12 off the streets. They took them to court and they got them off the streets. So we're going to have this public consultation, and I believe in these consultations because we're not here, I keep saying it, and I always say it, when politicians get into office, elected by the people, they do what they want and not what the people want. And I and this council, myself and this council are going to change that. So we'll have this consultation how to deal with this issue. And Madam Olawan, I would like you to chair that committee and have this consultation as early as possible. We'll advertise it in the newspaper. And next week we meet with the permanent secretary, so you'll have an answer how to deal with it. Because this is a serious problem in San Fernando. I walk and I see there's a lady with a photocopying right down Harris Street there. She can't even go into her own business. She called me. I leave here and I went down there and I saw for myself, she can't go into her own business. They're shutting her. And she has two kids. So we want to help them at the same time, or we want to do it the right way. There's a humane way to do everything in this life. So that will be my approach on these homeless people. I had intention of talking about it at length.
Thank you, Your Worship, members of council, members of administration. I rise today, I'm very happy that this has come up, Your Worship. I just wanted to say very briefly, from the moment we took office under your leadership, one of the first things you asked me to do was to try and come up with something with the homeless situation. And yes, we have a small committee, including members of the public, and now the acting PHI4, and we have been working on it. But I want to take a step back and mention, because we have an audience today, and I think it's important for it to be said. We just heard my colleague speak about the issues with finance, and things don't happen on their own. It is wonderful for us to sit here and think we have all these social issues to deal with, and we have a moral and a responsibility, and our conscience will tell us that we need to take care of these things. However, they don't happen on their own. Unfortunately, they cost money. They take time, they take effort, they take money, they take cooperation. And we have been planning and working behind the scenes, because as you said something earlier on, Your Worship. You said you came into here as a politician, but you're not a politician as the mayor. And that's very important. And you said you weren't going to be proved a politician by making empty promises. And that is something we don't want to do either, none of us. You have guided us well in that. So that's something as important and as major as dealing with the homeless problem. And as you said, we have over 200 street dwellers in San Fernando. We're not that large, spatially, we're not that large. That's an incredible figure. It takes time, it takes planning. We have to always remember these people have their own individual rights. We cannot step on their toes. We have to be very careful and treat them in a humane and positive way. And there are a number of issues. It's not simply a case of they choose to be on the street. We have medical issues we have to worry about. There are people who have chemical imbalances, have mental problems that we need to get proper health care for them. There's some who are the scourge that troubles the land with drugs and substance abuse is a major, major issue, and it's not as simple as telling somebody, well, don't drink and don't take drugs and come and live somewhere safe. Shamrock Court, the night shelter was an idea, as my colleague said. It sounded good on paper, but the night shelter only has 16 beds. So how do we choose the 16 that sleep there? We can't. We have to go at this in a proper way. We have to make sure it's done, thought out properly and carefully, that we source the funding, which we had attempted to do, Your Worship, under your guidance. Unfortunately, the Ministry of the People did have a consultation with CBOs, community-based organizations, to do a proposal for dealing with the homeless. And a week later, the minister, we had set up a meeting, as you know, Your Worship, with your permission and guidance, with the then minister. A week later, unfortunately, the minister was removed from that portfolio. The head of the interagency unit who dealt with it was removed from his portfolio. His deputy was removed from his portfolio. And the interagency unit that dealt with street dwellers had no head and was in chaos. We have since been able to secure a meeting with the permanent secretary who is put to this. And I want to ensure the public, one of the things, and Your Worship, I thank you so much for this, one of the things under this gentleman's leadership, good leadership, has been that we don't just talk about the money. We don't just talk about, this is not a business, that we have to be humane. We have to think of the people of San Fernando, all the people. And we have to do the things that our conscience will allow us to put our heads down on the pillow at night and sleep comfortably. We are doing so. We have not forgotten any member of San Fernando. It may seem like that sometimes. I will take the licks for that. All of us do. All the members here sit and will take that. Because it may seem as if we are doing nothing. Trust me, we are working as hard as we can, and hopefully, Your Worship, under your guidance, we will be able to provide answers, provide solutions. We are not going to stand here and make empty promises. We're going to make sure we have all our T's crossed and all our I's dotted before we come to you and roll out our plan. Because we need to do it properly, not vice versa, as people say. Thank you for this option. No PR. Thank you.
The country follows. And we are going to get this right. Because we are going to do the right way. We have a role to play. And I keep saying, I want this to be a legacy of this council. We want to deal with people. You know, the human touch is the most important touch. I went down there and sit with those homeless people. They didn't know who I was. And they offer me things to eat and drink. I sit with them. I sit on the pavement. Yeah, I had to drink something. Yeah, a man give me no beer on water. Right? A bottle of blue water. I remember when I guess it was new. I mean, I sit with them. They didn't know who I was. And somebody passed in our car and say, call out my name, and they realized who I was. And they are very intelligent people. Eh? Very, very intelligent. You watching them, they know if the police is coming. If I go to walk up there now, technology is not only with us with the cell phone and computer, they will know when we pass the Gandhi statue. And everybody will clear from by that tree. They're smart. So they need help. I was talking to one of the guys there, he said he walked away from his, what's his name? He walked away from his wife and his children. His children was 3 and 4 years old. And he said, told me the reason why he walked away, and tears started coming in my eyes. I mean, they have stories just like us. They are human beings. So we will deal with the situation. And I know you will get it done well. Yeah, we have the council here to support you. And I know we will get it done. I'm sure about it. So, yeah. You know, the Guardian carried, the Guardian, I have it here. You know when you're writing letters to the guy? Yeah. the Guardian, somebody wrote to the Guardian and said there's no ramp from the library corner to the hospital, and that is where I got the idea from. That's why I got it from. The Newsday and the I used to read all these papers. I never used to read papers since I come into office. I read all the papers to find out all the problems to solve. So we move on to page 6. I am not going to take this lightly at all. If I came here with my name, I'm going to leave here with my name. And you see, public funds, I will account for every cent I spend here. And Madam CEO, I don't want to put you in your hot seat, you know, but you are there. And Deputy CEO, sorry. That execution of work without the council approval, I don't like. We had no council approval. We have a sitting council here. We have all American councillors. And I want to bring it to this forum here this morning. We have no money, but yet the administration under the city engineer department, and with him being involved because he must have a say, $2.6 million was spent for Carnival without this council approval. Mr. CJJ, you want to explain that to me, or Madam CEO? Madam Deputy CEO? $2.6 million was spent here, or was supposed to be spent here. I have the facts here, I've seen it. But I am not going to make joke with public funds here. Because you see how somebody could get up and talk about the last council, the last mayor, nobody was be able to talk about me like that. Or no member of this council. I will defend everything down to the end. See, you want to?
Your Worship, Council, I guess, Your Worship, you're referred to the expenditure, the Skinner Park facility.
Yes.
Right. And I'll call on the city engineer to give that explanation. He'll be well poised to give the explanation with respect to that expenditure.
The document you have there is not accurate. The accurate one was prepared and forwarded to the city. But the expenditure, all the work was done under contract. So we have a legal contract. The contractor did have a contract to carry out.
Mr. Stage there. I don't want nobody to take me for a fool here.
No, they have contracts in your worship.
That's
why they were paid.
Nobody's saying they don't have no contract, but who gave them the contract without the council approval? Who did that? Who has the authority? You definitely don't have it.
You're sure right, Joe.
So who gave them the authority?
I don't know, Your Worship.
I came here and I said I don't want no money to be spent in Skinner Park, and behind my back, you all spend this money. How much money is this? It was 2.6 million. How much it come down to?
It was refined. The total is not forwarded to the CEO, Your Worship. But it's in all the contracts, all the scope outs.
Mr. Engineer, how much money it is I'm asking you?
I have the information with me, Your Worship. The information was forwarded to the CEO.
Look at here. The point I'm trying to make, Mr. CEO, Mr. City Engineer, you just said you don't have the authority. There's a council here who are the policy makers, and you have to bring, or the CEO can't do it on his own either, or his own. You have to come to the council for approval. And no approval was given to all these contracts given out in Skinner Park. None. None. And the price here is 2.597 million. I want you all to know, as I said before, no works must be done without the council approval. why the work went on still. Nobody can answer. You know what happened to me now? Contractors come into my office, and you know what they're telling me, Mr. Deputy CEO? I stopping the payment. I am stopping the payment for these contractors, which is not true. So you know what I tell them? I say, whoever approved these contracts with you all, go to them to pay. And to you, Deputy CEO, please guide me on how we should go about this. Because it's a serious matter.
Worship Council, my recommendation is that you have to meet with the CEO because the CEO has the authority to sign off on those contracts and issue those contracts. The CEO and the city engineer and your good self will meet and find a way forward. That's the only way I can see us getting a solution. That I believe the recommendation would have come from the engineering department with respect to the works that needed to be done to the facility to upgrade it for, I guess would have been the carnival activities, right? I wasn't here for months, but that would have taken place during the...
Ma'am, you can remain on your feet, right? But I went to Skinapa, and I said, you know, we now come in, we don't want to throw away money and spend money and just give away money, because I'm very particular about public funds. As a matter of fact, when I was sworn in this particular time, the organization which I belong to, the political organization which I belong to, my political leader told me to be very, very careful about spending public funds. And that remained with me. All I knew before, but it registered with me even more. So, Madam Deputy, when I told the council, when I came to the council, I told them, I said, work's going on in Skinapa, and I do not want the work to continue. The work still went on. I came back next week. It's in the records, it's in the minutes, and I told them, stop the work, because somebody works there. We don't have no money, we're spending $2.6 million. So I can't understand this.
We should members of council agree for the last finance meeting where we inquired about toilets being repaired at the carnival for $142,000. As speakers and some, we asked for clarification on that matter. We still waiting on response to that.
Mr. Deputy Mayor, but it will not continue in the future. Because a free for all is not going to happen under this council. We are accountable to the people. The people put us here, and we're not here to work to do what we want. And it's not right. You know, I came here 1 month and I said, don't do any work in Skinapa. Don't do that. Just fix up the washroom in the mayor's box. Set up thing to do, set up work there. You can see work done there, $2.6 million. Who paying this money? Who paying this money? No approval from the council. Who paying this money? Yes? Yeah. If it has no council approval, somebody had paid. Because a contractor from Trinidad or something come to me last week and said, I would have got the money. You know everything the mayor here. The mayor have good name and bad name.
Members of council, members of administration. Two questions I would like to pose to the administration. These contracts for these works, who who signed those contracts on behalf of this corporation, one, and two, Mr. City Engineer, indicated that the figure, the initial figure given to us of $2.6 million has now been revised. How did that revision come about? During Carnival time, and this is the bill, there is a sign of us work done.
We separated into the preliminary and the funding.
Well, I want something where, you know, the point I'm trying to make here is nobody is alone to themselves. Nobody here. There's a procedure. When I was going up in my house, I could jump in my father car and drive with you, so I get permission. I couldn't come here after a certain hour. The time changed now. So, Mr. City Engineer, you and nobody in the engineering department can't just say, well, I'm going to do some work and the council they approve it. There's a procedure and a way of doing things. No, I brought it up here for a reason. Because the contractors are coming to me. And I am sending them down to you, Mr. City Engineer. So who are approved the city engineer? The CEO called me this, I spoke to the CEO this morning. And I asked him about it. And he said, and he didn't approve nothing. So if he didn't approve it, and the deputy CEO didn't approve it, and you didn't approve it, I approve it. No, this is not a joking matter. This is public funds. And I come to find a solution here. I come to beat up on nobody. I come to fix the problems here. We must have a solution here, and we have to find the solution. But one of the solutions is nobody can give approval to the council. Because according to the last two representatives, Councilor Dole and Councilor Paris, a lot of things happened in the last 3 months of the last council. I don't want to go too much in that because I come to really beat up on that. But question, and members of the public should know what I'm going through here, what this corporation is going through. All of this will change, all of this must change, all of this have to change. And we are going to change it. Especially when it comes to things that could land you up in court. But I always say, I will go to court for the people of San Fernando. I will go to court for the people of San Fernando. But let me tell you something here. Members of the administration, it's very easy for somebody to come and try to seduce you all into giving you all whatever it is, kind of favor to get certain things done. Because since I came into office, they tried it with me. They tried it with me. But I was watching television on CNN, and they said, not I will take anything, I will never take anything to anybody. But they said they have the video in a screw in your glasses, cameras, in your pen, in your button. So they could come into my office and offer me hundreds of thousands of dollars and go and tell people, not that I want it, I will never take nothing, and I want that message to go out. Nobody can buy me. But I don't want you all to get tied up in that. Because it's alleged outside there that certain people are not controlling it. It is alleged. Don't let these things affect you all. This is really what happened in San Fernando City Corporation. If we stop it, if we try to curb it here, I think we stop one and really stop. I know members are very cautious now about certain things taking place here. You can send a message to everybody here. Because you will come to some good here as a mayor, and somebody will come into your office and try to corrupt you. Or you will come as I just use this Mr. ESP. You will come as an ESP, you work hard all your life to reach where you reach today. I remember you was in short pants when I was working here. And you khaki out. And somebody come, and you go down High Street, and they allege that you're renting the pavement. And your name gone. Your name gone, and you can't get it back. As well as say, money is not everything in life. So we move on to page 10, any matters? CCTV cameras in San Fernando. How far we reach that?
Mr. Mayor, he was circulated meetings where the president of the school.
Yeah, that's what.
Because if compare that communication after the report and for the institutions, the corporation, circulated, but the meeting was for school.
Yeah. But what did these cameras on the main streets of San Fernando? Like High Street, Tobago Street?
So in general purpose, we can just come up and check the school and you see what is important for rectification.
Because you know something happened in San Fernando, we have a trace.
Yeah. It was related, but you know what shut down that.
But I read an article in the Express. The Newsday, where the ministry fire back at the corporation. But this is not about the past and concern. The people here who wants to answer is town and country. Town and country must answer why the materials were stored at Marabella and not at Williamsville. That's what was strategic. Am I wrong? The approval was given. Conditional permission to store the material in Williamsville and not Marabella.
Your worship, members of council, members of administration, with reference to the article in Newsday, I asked the corporate sector to investigate the contractual arrangements with both the Ministry of Energy and Town Country Planning. She has done that, and an appropriate release will be made. And until she can give us a statement of what media is saying.
Your worship, members of council, members of the administration, members of the audience. With respect to the article, I indicated to Deputy Mayor that the Town and Country Planning Division had the responsibility to ensure that the material was stored at Williamsville and not at Marabella. Also, the Ministry of Energy was supposed to ensure that a representative from the mining division was present on site every day. I think that was also another breach of the orders of staff house. As such, will be issuing a statement to that effect, that it's outside of the corporation's jurisdiction to ensure that those requirements are met. It was really Town and Country and Ministry of Energy.
The corporation only comes in when they start a building.
Exactly.
Right.
The corporation deals with building
Right.
applications and building work, not excavation.
Right.
That's Town and Country.
All these seats seem to be very hot there this morning. They all seem to be really hot this time. Page regarding applications, building applications. You have an answer for me on this? Because this council, myself and all members of this council, we are here to encourage development in San Fernando. And we don't want to stop anybody, but at the same time, we don't want anybody to break the laws. And while I'm here, I see two people sitting in the audience, three people who are being affected by these unapproved building applications. And Mr. Engineer, you and I know, I'm talking to you one-on-one, that a blind eye has been turned against illegal construction, additions, without plan. I can tell you a house right now that has no plan that has been built. And don't doubt me, I can take you up in my car and carry you down there right now. You all don't even know that. In San Fernando. Because remember, people come to me all the time. People tell me, and I just go listen, I just go down with them. I just act on everything. And I asked a question here a month ago, or 2 months ago, if anybody in engineering department, building department, were drawing plans in this corporation. And the answer, I couldn't get a clear answer. And I don't want to say this alleged, but I have evidence before me here right now where someone in the engineering department is drawing plans. And that should not be like that, Mr. Engineer. Today, I want you to talk to your members and staff that should stop. That should stop. Nobody should be drawing plans and bringing it to this council. There's a conflict of interest, and I read the act in the Service Commission where you can't do that, an officer can't do that. We could draw plans but not to San Fernando, that's correct. So, and the hard part about it, I have a document here. I don't want to open it as yet. Where somebody came to me and I asked the person to come in the audience here today, and the person is present. The plan was drawn by a member of the engineering department. The man is paying a budget finance. It is unfair to the gentleman, and it's unfair to a lot of people like him who are afraid to come forward. But recently I noticed a lot of people is coming forward. I have the evidence here. I do not want to talk about it. I want you all in that engineering building department to get your act together, approve these people plans, especially members in that department, draw plans for people in the public. When they draw plans for people in the public, why are they giving them trouble to pass it? Mr. Statutory, you could give me an answer for that. You could give me an answer for that. I was listening to Dr. Danisa Mahavir last week, and I was very interested in the Senate. Very, very interested. I wish that could pass. Because a lot of people, if they get locked up, they will do the right thing. And I keep telling you, there is technology now. Don't say nothing wrong. People taping you on the phone. Don't go and talk to me, because come back to me. You come back talking to me and doing me one thing. I come here to get the job done. As I keep saying, I'll say it again, it's God me have me and no man. So you don't have an answer for me. How last week, a man had to wait 2.5 years, almost 2 years, to get his plan approved. What in this world, what in San Fernando City Corporation taking a man 2 years to pass a plan? You can't answer. What's that? No, if I provide you information, you won't get in trouble. Yeah, but I mean, no, look at this. Why when a member of the staff draft plan, why they given trouble to approve the plan? All plans could be alternated, all plans could fix, everything in this life could fix. Especially plans. Why given the members of the public? Now, Mr. Engineer, when you look at this deal, right, I'm going to ask a list of all these illegal stuff. I asked straight already before him. I asked you onto this. You see, nothing has been done here in the last 3 to 5 years. So everybody feel whatever they do is a norm. All illegal structures is a norm. They ain't care if they make a neighbor cry. They don't care. And Mr. City Engineer, I have put in the blame solely on you and your department. And your office. Your department, your members. You have very good, what's that? This corporation have excellent workers. I admire that secretarial department. In terms of days since we come here, this minutes, it's hardly find mistakes in these minutes. So engineer, please, before a police had to come here and take somebody in handcuffs, fix the thing right, fix it right. People are paying bridging finance. A man sacrificed, a man is living in a house once in a lifetime. He like me, I just built to sell. But a man is built a house once in his lifetime. Why are they giving these people trouble? If they do something wrong in the plan, tell them what to do the rest. Because I cannot operate like a crazy man and go and mash down the place. I'm not doing that. There's a humane way to handle everything. Because I'm sure if I ask the person in the audience to stand up and tell me certain things, they will do it. And I don't have serious implications that the media will love to carry the story. So I just ask you to talk to you, not only, not everybody, because when you leave here in September, the next person who comes, he will be straight like a needle. I'm telling you, especially if I am here and this council is here. Because everybody knows me, I'm not tolerating no nonsense. They could talk how much they want to talk about me in China. I'm going to take a conversation in China, they're talking about me. And when somebody went to a trade show, they're talking about me in yacht club, they're talking about me in Skinner Park. You know why they're talking about me? Because I'm doing the right thing. And you know why I help it? I help the citizens of San Fernando. And you know what's the cost for it? Nothing. You can't continue like this. So I come now, on the 1st of November, All Saints Day, to clean up San Fernando. And we're going to find the solution, no matter how it is. We're going to find the solution to fix everything in San Fernando. Rome wasn't built in a day. I see Mr. Dexter gentlemen in the audience, lovely ladies. pass the mic from Mr. Gerrans, please. Mr. Gerrans, who is...
Good morning to the mayor, all councillors and members of everybody here. Good morning, everybody.
We have some special guests.
First of all, we'd like to say thank you very much for inviting us here this morning for this enlightening proceedings, because the first time I'm actually involved in one of this. I'm sure some of the ladies here. So we'd like to say thank you very much. You're well enlightened of what is happening in the city of San Fernando. The purpose of us being here this morning is doing a courtesy call on the mayor. I've been having this pageant for the past, it's our 10th anniversary. It's entitled Miss Mature TNT, where we give the mature woman in Trinidad and Tobago the opportunity to participate in a pageant. The basic criteria for this pageant, you have to be 35 years and over. That's the basic requirement. And you'll be surprised, a woman in Trinidad and Tobago at any age is beautiful, knowledgeable, and talented. So this is the program that gives them that vehicle to showcase their talent, beauty, and knowledge. So I would like the ladies to stand while they introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. I am Joanne Ogaro, and I'm Miss Mature Shogunas. And yes, I'm 43 years old.
Good day, everyone. I am Miss Mature. My name is Yvette Samuel. I am 43 years of age.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Renis Modest Lafacade. I am 40 years old, and I am Miss Mature San Fernando.
Good morning to the mayor, councils, visitors. I am Johnny Teresa Telesford, and I am representing Urupuch. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am 37-year-old Seema Prokop, and I am Miss Mature Kokiri. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Patricia Andrews, Miss Mature TNT, representing Laramie. I am 59 years of age.
Pleasant good morning to the mayor and the councillor. My name is Helen McDermott, and I represent the vicinity of Laramie. I'm the proud mother of 3, and I am a jolly 41-year-old. Thank you.
This Sunday at Naparima Bowl at 6 o'clock. This is just 7 of the 10 ladies. We have delegates from San Juan, Maloney, and Princess Song. They weren't able to make it this morning. And again, we'd like to take the opportunity to say thank you very much for inviting us all here to highlight our 10th anniversary of Miss Mature TNT. Thank you very much.
I know you have taken your designs to internationally, and you are a part of San Fernando. When you hear the Expenditure, you know it's San Fernando. So I want to congratulate you and congratulate all the young ladies. And I wish you all the best on Sunday. Unfortunately, I cannot be there, but I have asked all the members to attend. The invitation is supposed to be going out. Right? And Councillor Levert Smith has a particular interest. Ms. Mature.
Madam Deputy CEO, Member of Council, members of administration. Today we have a pretty kind of long list, 11 names. I regret to announce the departure of the following individuals. Michael Miguel of Lady Hills, San Fernando, died on the 2nd of June 2014. He was 17 years of age. Mr. Ramesh Maharaj of Padmore Street, San Fernando, died on the 13th of June 2014, a retired principal of the and a long-standing member of Oxford Club. Mrs. Lucille Punkwang of 35 Gordon Street, San Fernando, died on the 22nd of June at the age of 85 years. A retired teacher of the San Fernando Girls Anglican School and a member of the Mother Union of the St. Paul's Anglican Church. Mr. Francis Leasing of number 4 Hubert Grant Street, Listabella, died on the 27th of June, a former paymaster of TSTT and a former cyclist of South Club. His funeral will be on Friday at 12 noon at the St. Andrew's Cargo Church in Listabella. Florence Gill Andrews, a resident of Roy Joseph Scheme. She died on the 18th of June, 2014. Jason Marcus Jalapa of Navan Road died on the 19th of June at the age of 26. Aileen Richards of Hafsad Avenue, Sumat Gardens died on the 9th of June, 2014 at the age of 102. Sumat Gardens? Yes, Sumat Gardens. She was buried on the 13th of June, 2014. Burrell Joseph Friedel of Monrepo, San Fernando, died on the 5th of June, 2014 at the age of 102. So you have a lot of old people dying too. She was buried on the 10th of June, 2014. Rita McLeod of Pleasantville died on the 22nd of June, 2014 at the age of 97. She was buried on the 22nd of June, 2014. Selvon Samlal of Pointe-Pierre Road, San Fernando, died on the 29th of June, 2014. He was buried on the 4th of June, 2014. And the last but not least, well, how about the wrong days yet? But it's the 29th of June. Sorry about that. And the last one is Acting Inspector Carol Alexander of the San Fernando City Corporation, died on the 3rd of June, 2014 and was buried on the 6th of June, 2014. That is the end of the announcements, and I will now hand you back to His Worship.
Administration. We just heard of 11 people, I believe it was,
11.
Who passed, who had long and, in some cases, long and I'm sure, exciting and wonderful lives. Every life, no matter how short or long they are, is a precious gift from God. I just wanted to take a moment. One of those names was my uncle, Mr. Ramesh Maharaj, and unfortunately, a few moments ago when I left, another close relative of mine passed this morning, Mr. Rex Gosai of Tobago. I just wanted to take this moment. We've had a really exciting day at a statutory meeting in Worship, where we talked about a lot of things. We have a lot of young people in the audience today. I just wanted, with your permission, Your Worship, to remind especially our young people this wonderful, precious gift that we have, that is life. It's very important. We owe it to ourselves and to this blessing that we have to live every moment to the fullest. Forget about the pettiness and the who say and who do and who ain't do and whatever, and live each moment to its fullest. Enjoy and recognize the beauty that surrounds us, the blessings that we have. You can always talk about the negatives. There are lots of negatives. We all face challenges, but we have so many blessings, and sometimes we get so wrapped up, especially for you young ones, if waiting for exam results, and who has the best hairstyle, and who gets a boyfriend, and who parents let them go to which club, or didn't do this, or didn't do that, or when mommy tell me I can't go somewhere, or daddy say you can't weather, I forget to count our blessings. So from my heart to yours, live each life to its fullest, and remember to count your blessings, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Thank you.
Well, I don't have good word of advice for the young people, but I think we need that advice too. All of us need that advice. We have to count our blessings. Any papers and correspondence to relate?
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I move for the acceptance of personnel, training and development, report of meeting held on 25th, 2014.
Thank you.
I beg the second. I beg the second.
Any against? The ayes have it. Physical infrastructure.
Acceptance, physical infrastructure, transport, meeting, on the 6th of the 5th, 2014.
Thank you. Anna, please.
Seconded, please, Your Worship.
All in favor? Any against? The ayes have it. Finance planning.
I move for the acceptance of the report of finance planning and allocation of resources of the meeting held on the 6th of the 5th month, the 35th month, 2014.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? The ayes have it. And Madam Deputy CEO, I would like to have that report on that $2.6 million come to the next finance committee meeting. Yes. Next finance next week.
Your Worship, member of our council, get that undertaken on behalf of the CEO.
Right. So I want to know who gave the permission. I want the details. Okay? But $2.6 million is a lot of money. Even if it comes down by 100,000. Okay, committee reports for adoption.
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I move for the adoption of the general purposes report of meeting held on the 6th of May 2014 and the 20th of May 2014.
Your Worship, I wish to second.
Thank you. Just ask. All in favor? Any against? The ayes have it. Social development.
Your Worship, I move for the report for the adoption of the social development report held on the 6th of the 5th, 2014.
Thank you.
Your Worship, I rise to second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? The ayes have it. National Days.
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I move for the National Days Festival Arts report of meeting held on the 2014 be adopted.
Thank you very much.
I beg the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? The ayes have it. Gender affairs.
Your Worship, I rise for the adoption of Gender Affairs and Community Services report of meeting held on the 20th of May 2014.
That's not, I'm CEO, Deputy CEO, I don't think the member was present, so somebody else should move that.
Your Worship, as Deputy.
Your Worship, member of the council who chaired the meeting that day. See Alderman December, so she will be well placed to.
Your Worship, members of council, members of administration, I move for the adoption of the Gender Affairs and Community Service report of meeting held on the 20th of the 5th, 2014.
I beg to second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? The ayes have it. Madam Deputy, active. Any petition?
Your worship, members of council, there is no petition,
Any motion?
no motion,
Any personal explanations?
no personal explanation,
Any question?
no question.
Okay. Thank you very much. We had a long morning, and yeah, normally I would make some announcement, but I think the meeting was very interesting this morning. That's in my view. And I wouldn't want to go into too much announcement, but I would like to ask the principal of Central to say a few words on behalf of, or if you want, you give her the mic.
Mayor of San Fernando, Deputy Mayor Mr. Regrello, members of the council, administration, media, members of the audience. I don't want to say anything much. I want to pass the mic to one of my students.
Right, thank you.
And here, on behalf of my school, San Fernando Central Secondary School, who is celebrating 52 years this year, we'd like to thank you for your invitation to listen in on this statutory meeting, and we really do appreciate it, and we hope that you all would invite us again. Thank you.
Just don't clean drains and pick up garbage. We have to deal with a lot of things, positive things you do when you're homeless. You see, we have clean parks. We have a full program here. And before, I'd like to ask, before I call him Deputy Mayor, I'd like to say to the public health, Mr. Jamil Mohammed, I have before me another opinion letter. I read these opinions and I act on them. But there's a public menace at a San Fernando food establishment. Now, there was a program here. Before, when I came in, I met a program concerning food outlets and handlers inspection. That's all. You all had a program. It's ongoing, like everything else. I am calling on you, Mr. Mohammed, Chief Public Health Inspector Active. I want you to increase your presence throughout the city of San Fernando. And I am asking all restaurant, food outlets and food handlers to voluntarily start the process of ensuring that all standards of food preparation, storage, handling and distribution are being maintained. Please voluntarily have all food outlets and handlers certified to do so. Okay, Mr. Mohammed? Make sure they're certified. If you are not, please contact our health department, who will be happy to assist you. So I want you all to take a special interest, because what I read here about a popular, I can read this all. Yeah, it's in the public domain. Read it. Yeah. All right, I've been advised by, I've been guided by my friend, my learner attorney, Rapid Fire. There's a food establishment in San Fernando with cockroach, where they say roaches. I really don't want to read it. Yes. You saw it?
Yeah. No, not calling. What we did on the Monday, when I saw it on the papers, Sunday, it was the Sunday papers.
Yeah, it was the Express.
Yeah.
Sunday Express.
Yeah. We had our full presence there. That was this weekend, this long weekend we had the 2 holidays. we found out most likely where the place is. Since my time, it has been a sort of problem place, but there's a bigger issue. The Gulf City do their pest control in all areas except the food court. They leave that individually to each person.
Okay.
That's a major problem. So last week Thursday, they closed the whole food court and the entire area was treated. Okay. So we used the opportunity together with the health and safety officer there. We coordinated that, so that has been treated last week Thursday for all pests in the food court and the whole of Gulf City. The place we suspected was asked to close to do some work, and since I'm not calling the name, but we have since we visited and give them the all clear. Okay.
But this is very unsanitary, yeah?
Yeah.
And this has been going on throughout San Fernando. So if it's ongoing, you have a department dealing with these.
Well, we have a specialized unit called the Food Safety Unit, who have 3 PHI tools headed by PHI 3.
Yeah, I want you all to go out there in full force and make sure, because food is serious business.
Okay.
Because I ate something 2 weeks ago and I had real problems.
And you were telling me about it.
Real problems.
Yeah. But again, it's proactive work that needs to be done, and we need to step up on it. I agree with that.
Right, so I want this to be one major venture. This used to happen before, and I want it to continue. Just not ongoing, but I want a serious approach to it. Alright, as you're on your feet there, I took you to see property on the corner, Lower Hillside on Russell Street, where a young lady has about 17 dogs, undernourished, treated bad, places in terrible. I surprised one in the newspaper and took up that under the photo opinion, you have it clean.
Yeah.
And if you see the condition at that house, all the neighbors complain. You went there with me.
Yeah, I've been visiting there.
Right. What could be done there?
Well, I've consulted with the corporate sec because we carried police there. The person who occupies that part of the building. She does not open the place for us to come in. She doesn't answer when we go. 2 of the city police went there, she still didn't come out. We passed that on to the last Corp sec because we need to get some kind of ex parte injunction to enter the premises. So since we have asked the Corp sec we had a sort of precedent with the Hikmat Ahmad case, and Hobson's, they were the attorneys. So we have asked her to sort of revisit that and see if we can use that system.
But there's a serious health hazard.
Extremely.
Serious people. The neighbors, I see one of the neighbors, they're shaking his head. That's a serious problem. So if you need to go to court on it?
Yeah, we may need to go to court because the person is not letting us in. So we have to serve a notice by what we see inside here. And that has been going on for a while now. So, and it's not that, the person, I am not saying, but the person is not very, yeah. Right? But we need to take that to court.
The dogs are undernourished.
She picks up the dog from all about, and she says every time that she's getting them adopted, I see her in the street and she would I'll threaten her and she would just say, yes, she's getting rid of all of them, but I do get to enter the premises. We do get to enter.
But I would like
we have to serve the notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to get this order to go in there and free these dogs, give them some freedom. Because it's really bad. Really bad. So, I like to, before I close, I like to ask the mayor to give us an update with Councilor Lewis, but she didn't want to carry me with
Your worship, members of the council, members of the administration, Councilor Smith and myself had the opportunity to represent both you and members of council at the 25th anniversary of the twinning of Trinity in Martinique and the city of San Fernando. It was a tremendous experience and very enlightening both the Councilor Smith and myself when we saw the reports by the twinning committee in Martinique and the municipality in how they approached this exercise. And we came to the realization that the city of San Fernando we have not really benefited from the opportunities that exist outside there. And maybe this is an opportunity for us to revisit the agreement and look at how things were done over the past 25 years. They obviously understand the value of it. I understand that there have been some exchange programs between students and schools. This will be a wonderful opportunity for us, the young people. As a matter of fact, when I was growing up, patois or French was part of almost our second language. My grandmother spoke patois fluently. When she didn't want us to know what she was talking about, she and my mother would converse in patois. I do and Ms. Headley is here as a school principal and somebody in the arts world, so we'll maybe look at the opportunity of rekindling interest in French. The French influence in Trinidad has been tremendous. Look at our carnival, our art and our architecture, and our design and the way we do things. A lot of it could go back to our time with the French. So maybe we should really look at rekindling the interest and revisiting the agreement and the opportunities and how we can benefit from that relationship with Trinity in Martinique. I must tell you that they value San Fernando well. That was coming up with 50 people who function regularly, and they have our logo and display. As a matter of fact, the motto for the event was from La Trinity to San Fernando. We need to sort of be reciprocal about the whole thing. And as I spoke to the mayor yesterday, we'll have to revive the Friends of Trinity Committee and ask interested parties outside there who may have an idea or friends who have an interest, right, to make yourself available so we can get that all going again. Your worship, it was a tremendous experience. I want to thank the council for giving us the opportunity, and we represented San Fernando well. Merci beaucoup.
Your worship, because we want, as members of the council will be aware, this was the first time I even entered. And I think nothing happened before it's time. It was a well-chosen destination. I enjoyed it to the hill. What they did, they had a street procession, much like we do for independence. I have pictures of my time, but we don't have the facility fast night at this point in time. We had the sample of their food, they took us. They really understand the meaning of hospitality. They did say that they should come, and I think they are sending an invitation again for you, maybe it is August of this year. One of the things I complain about you about, I must say, is that every time the mayor helped me, he gave me a kiss and no chicks. So I told him that I would have to come back and have a discussion with you, because you're owing about 25 kisses. Because usually, we greet, but that's even a greet, They greet and they kiss on both sides, and I said, but my mayor is owing me. And he asked me how much, I said 25 kisses, he nearly fell. Thank you. Again for it.
Thank you very much. Mr. City Engineer, last week we met with the Taxi Drivers Association from Port of Spain, the Curep, Chagonas, Barraco, Point, Gasparilla, Elaborate. No, we promised them certain things. But we didn't promise them, we tell them we would look into it. We got a proposal. Mr. Engineer, I'd like you to set up a meeting headed by Councilor Joseph, yourself, the ASP, and somebody from traffic management to put this in place. Councilor Nigam Joseph. Right? But we met with them, we listened to them, and they have legitimate complaints. because you all know what happened on High Street there, the cutting in and the cutting out and so on. And they want more cars and there's the space for it. So, while I see you got some kudos just from Mr. SP. I was in San Fernando 4 o'clock Saturday morning. Cheeseman called me and said that noise outside was the one? Rising Star. So I want you to look into those noise pollution. So we have the, as I say, you will meet with the Shagona with this and traffic management to ensure that they get the changes on High Street. Right? We also met with the Market Association and we're going to, they want the car park in Maravilla. If you say we could do that in-house, Council Shaka Joseph, right? So we're dealing with that. We're going out there and giving the people what they want and what is necessary. They want the police posts, they want the... Now this is a very important one. Institutions and the council for the area, together with somebody from the administration, we're going to have a consultation in Skinner Park for the users of Skinner Park. They have all been asking me to meet in that all the cyclists, the joggers, the cricketers. In this day and age, we have cricket pitches in Skinner Park. Somebody want to do on a wall of fame for sporting heroes who passed away in Skinner Park. So all these things we need to put, so we haven't that consultation, it should be in July. Right now it's on Facebook. I want to put an ad in the newspaper, Guardian Express and Newsday, so we'll meet the people, find out what they want, what we could do to improve Skinner Park. If they could find $2.6 million to spend without approval, we could fix certain things for them in Skinner Park. Right? Because they don't have so much of it. They want that proper jogging track, they want proper lighting, proper toilet facilities. So we'll go down there, members of the council will go down, we'll meet with them and find out what they want. I would like to congratulate all students who completed the SCA, CAPE and CXA exams. We wish you all a happy and productive July and August. I know now it's graduation time. Deputy Mayor went to graduation with you 3 o'clock this morning. With a chaperone. I'd like to send greetings to the Muslim community as they prepare for the fasting Eid al-Fitr. And in conclusion, I want to assure the citizens of San Fernando that this team, under my watch, the Deputy Mayor, the Aldermen and Councillors, and administrative arm, continue to work tirelessly and in harmony to ensure we have a safe, clean, and healthy environment for all citizens of this wonderful city of San Fernando. We remain steadfast as we continue to overcome every obstacle and make progress no matter what challenges lie before us. I want to thank you all, the media, Mr. Jennings and his team, all members of the public, members of the council, members of the administration. I want to thank you all for coming, and may God bless our wonderful city of San Fernando and its citizens. Thank you very much.
Authorize that money. Let me have my 10 for